I like your drawing.
I do too. Appreciate it. Did you say appreciate?
Welcome back to this week's weekly shop recap, where we take you behind the scenes and give you a look around the shop. It's been a busy few months over here, and we've had a lot of strong work coming through. But in this video, we're going to focus in on one piece in particular. We're going to walk you through the build, some of the details, and give you a closer look at how it all came together. Now, before we jump into this week's video, we're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We put a lot of time and heart into every build and every video, and we truly appreciate you all being here. And if you enjoy watching as much as we enjoy making these, please consider subscribing and helping us hit that goal. And drop a comment below. What would you like to see us build next?
It's going to be the base for the small wine tasting table. So I'm going to sand it, and then Will's going to cut out a circle on the CNC. Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm going to cut a lot of circles out of these pieces. And I'm going to like stack them up, you know. I don't know where I'm going to do this. I guess out in the barn, like grinding all the wood down.
Did you draw that yourself?
Yeah, I did. Freehand.
Cut it too.
Yeah.
Scissors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good, huh?
You're a crafty guy.
Yeah.
As you just heard from Rick, he's working on a custom foyer table that's part of our newest line, the Acclivity series. We recently built a wine tasting table using this design language, and this is the second piece in that collection, reworked specifically as a foyer table. Right now, he's getting everything prepped and milled so we can glue up the base, which will eventually be hand carved. There are a lot of moving parts in this build and a good amount of math behind it, so there's quite a bit of setup that goes into getting it to this stage.
Yeah, so I just need to figure out where each one of these is gonna sit so I can like glue them up. So right now I'm just figuring out like where these have to go in the glue up. And then I'm gonna like mark them out so that when we glue them up, they all sit exactly where they need to go. Yeah,
I like it.
I know.
Big fan.
Me too. Now you can see like, this is this one, this is this one, this is that one.
You're a fart smeller.
I like being able to see it. Don't know why I didn't think about the fact that once it was going to be past the initial, it's going to plunge again. Duh. You idiot.
Does it matter that it cut it or
No.
So it's going to be the same?
That's where I wanted it to cut, roughly. I probably would have had it come back just a little bit, like reset it back just a little bit. But at the end of the day, this is where it's going to be now. Never a dull moment. But would you look at it? All right, take it upstairs.
I don't have all day.
Ooh, I don't either, man.
You better get down those stairs.
How's your tummy? There's no reason to be nasty. There's no reason to be nasty right now, alright? It's Friday.
Alright, so this, if we were to do the clamping that we're gonna do, like just the 4 on there, and then we also have the lag, like that's probably enough clamping, right? To get like 4 on here.
Alright, let's do it then.
Okay.
It's like making a cake. This is exactly how you make cake.
Taking that out.
You got so freaked out.
Want to just lead it some?
For the top, we're going to be pulling a section out of this Mappa slab. And what you're seeing here is Zach laying out that cut, dialing in exactly where we want to take the material from. From there, the team's going to cut that section free from the slab and send it on down to the CNC machine to get a perfect circle cut out of it.
Should ask Rick why he's in a bad mood today.
Is he in a bad mood today?
He's not, but he's starting to be because we keep asking him. I was fine and now I'm mad.
Oh wow.
That went well.
I was fully expecting you to go face first.
I did, so I'm sorry. I will say, when you're on camera, it makes you think a little harder about the way that you do things when you know that somebody's gonna watch you mess up if you do.
They'll probably comment about it, which helps me.
Yeah.
So try and mess up all the time. Do some real controversial stuff.
If you have any suggestions on how I should do that next time, feel free to leave a comment below.
But make sure it's nasty.
Make sure it's nasty, we want anger.
Now that Will's got that section cut out, he's going to toss it onto our forklift and bring it on down to the CNC. Now before he cuts out the perfect circle for the tabletop, he's going to want to flatten the slab first to ensure everything is perfectly true and accurate.
Oh, this is what we're doing today. You want to see the preview?
It's a nice circle, yeah.
This is what it's gonna do.
And just take a look at the grain on this tabletop. It is absolutely wild. This being paired with the Tiger Maple base, it's going to be a very strong combination, especially for what we have in store for the finish. Now we're going to cut a reverse knife edge on the top to give it a bit more presence. Since it's a circular form, that profile has to be done with a router compared to a regular table saw. Once that's complete, it'll head into the finish room for a flood coat, sealing the surface and creating a non-porous top.
This leg is going to be round eventually.
Cylindrical.
So I'm gonna like kind of get that started with this bit. I'm gonna round over all the corners. This is the base here. These are the tiers here. Gonna like that. And then the stem is gonna go here. And then this is kind of going to be offset there. Stem's going to be like that. And then there's going to be the top that goes on top of it. It'll be about that tall, I think. God, I'm strong.
Now this is where things get really interesting. It's time to glue up the base. From this point on, it's critical that everything is handled with absolute care and precision. And now that the base is out of its form and completely glued up and ready to go, Rick's now going to hand carve the glued up form, shaping it to the exact specifications of the design to ensure proper balance and proportion in the final piece. And now we see Zach applying this ebony finish to the piece, and it's already looking incredible. The way it settles into the surface really brings the whole design together, highlighting and blending the grain patterns of both the Mappa and the Tiger Maple in a really seamless way. It gives the piece a bold, refined presence while still letting the natural movement of the wood come through. And that's a wrap on this week's recap. Thanks for following along, and we really appreciate you being here. We've got a lot more behind the scenes coming your way next week, and we're excited to share it with you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss what's next.